We're back with another episode of the Atlanta Braves MLB The Show 17 franchise. This is going to be a big simulation episode. We do have 2.5 months left in the season. I'm probably going to get midway through August in this episode. After the last game, I realized that we just need to get through with this first season as quick as possible. I'll probably play one or two more games and then we will go ahead and get to the off season. Looking here, I definitely want to play a game in September after we make September call-ups. Possibly, bunch of division games here. Maybe this game against one of these games against Texas, but it's probably going to be one of these games against a divisional opponent. And then we might play maybe a game in Colorado or Seattle, maybe. Play Seattle at home. But yeah, let's get right into this simulation. Fulton Evans up on the mound against Kyle Hendricks, who's having a good year. We actually get a win there, so that's good to see. R.A. Dickey now. He may get traded in this episode. No spoilers, but could be on the. We get a loss there. So let me view the box score because we give up 5 runs in the 9th inning. That's great. So Rex Brothers gets the loss. He gives up 3 of them, and then Kroll gives up 2 more. So good outing from Dickey and Medlin, and then 2 people have to ruin it. Aaron Blair on the mound. Chris Medlin gets the loss for that one. Alright, playing against the Dodgers here in Los Angeles. Julio. Ooh. U-box score. Let's see what happened. Julio couldn't have gave up more than 2. So we'll go ahead and check. Julio gives up 1 earned run. Vizcaino and Cole Minter both give up 5. So that's not good there. We're going to go ahead and keep simulating until the end of this month. Check up on some prospects and everything. Stroman's second start as a Brave. Gets a win. Stroman, nice to see. Beats a good team in the Dodgers. Probably best team in the majors. Fulton Evans here. Loss. Luke Jackson. A bunch of losses from our bullpen. A bunch of decisions from our bullpen. It's not really what we want to see there. Dickey gets a loss. Vizcaino, another loss. 0-4 on the season. ERA is decent, so we're gonna keep him up here. But let's see what this is. Trades, trade deadline. All right, so since this popped up, we're gonna go ahead and see what we can get for Dickey. Probably a bunch of nothing, cause wouldn't expect anything at all. Maybe some low potential, some low overall B potential prospects and older. Let's go MLB ready. So let's go ahead and suggest MLB ready and see what we can get. Bud Norris might be the player we go. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and offer this trade, get Bud Norris for R.A. Dickey. So we bring in a reliever slash closer, but he's not going to be our closer, who is having a great season. I wouldn't say great. Having a decent season. Let's see how many blown saves he has. 3 blown saves. How many actual saves does he have? That's the real question. Where's saves at? Blown saves 3. Okay, saves. 24 saves, 3 blown saves. So, good season from Bud Norris. Doesn't have long reliever type stamina. Alright, so he's not going to be our 5th starter. We are going to bring back Luke Jackson into the starting role for the time being. Bud Norris will be a setup man. We'll move Vizcaino to a mid reliever. And we'll move Cole Minter up to a long reliever. So That is how our bullpen is going to work for the next couple of weeks. Luke Jackson gets the start. We win 15-7. So let's see what happened here. 24 hits. Wow. 3 hits from Ender. 3 hits from Danny Santana. 4 hits from Freddie Freeman. 2 hits from Chris Davis. Donis Garcia 1. Camargo 3. Suzuki 3. Swanson 2. Luke Jackson went 2 for 4. Haniger pinch hit. So every single position player that played got a hit, and the starting pitcher also had a hit. Home runs from Chris Davis, Dansby Swanson, and Freddie Freeman. Ender and CRT had 2 triples. So a great outing there. Pitching still wasn't too good. Luke Jackson gave up 5 over 5. But that'll be alright if we get 17-run games. That's crazy. Julio now. And he loses 2-5. No run support for Julio there. Oh, man. Stroman again gets a win. Stroman 2-1 since he joined the Braves. Mike, ERA down under 5. Gets a win. Nice to see there from Mike. 4-7. Told you he'd bring it back. 2 more games in this month. Another win will keep him active there. Trade deadline is today. So the Indians did trade Kristen McKenzie, but we don't need that. We're gonna go ahead and let's go ahead and look at our roster. See if there's any player that I am wanting to make a trade and get rid of. We'll sort by age. Let's try to get rid of some old players. Albers, I doubt he would have any kind of value. Jason Mott, I doubt he'd have any either. Colemanter might, but he's having a decent season. Medlin probably would, but he's also having a decent season. Okay, Bud Norris, we just made a trade for him. Kurt Suzuki is probably going to be the one that I would actually trade away. But then again, Tyler Flowers is struggling a little bit this season, and Kurt Suzuki is hitting a lot better. But Kurt Suzuki is getting more reps, so he does have the bigger contract. Kurt Suzuki will be the player that I attempt to trade, but no promises that he will move on. Adonis Garcia might also have some trade value, having a pretty decent season. Lane Adams, we'll keep him. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and we'll check and see how much trade value Kurt Suzuki has. We would need a catcher back, so we're going to go ahead and look through this real quick. Christian Vasquez would be a good player to pick up. Good potential, still young, having a decent season, 291 batting average, and we can probably get him pretty easily. Yeah, we could give up Kurt Suzuki and just a random prospect. So we'll go back and look around the league a little bit. Andrew Knapp, nope. And get this guy. Pretty much the same boat as Vasquez. Kevin Smith, struggling a little bit this season. Logan Ice, that's a great name. Actually, I think that we're just going to go ahead and hold on to Kurt Suzuki, as I don't really see anybody that would be a major upgrade on Kurt. Yes, we'll go ahead and keep the team we have, play through this season, make some trades in the off season. We'll check these little waiver things out. This is just players that can get traded after the deadline. Seen the decent names, Blackman, Machado, but we're not going to try to trade for any of those players. Okay, Jason Mott had a strong month. Matt Whistler had a good month. Kate Zavike, Shohei Ohtani, ooh. So the international prospect we signed, having a tough month in AAA. We might have to move him down. And we will go ahead and check, see how everybody's doing so far. Julio struggling a little bit as of late, but still having a great season. Marcus Stroman has 2 wins since he's been on the team, 2-1. Fulton Evans is turning his season around. Like to see that. Aaron Blair having a surprisingly decent season. And since we got rid of Dickey, we do have Luke Jackson in the fifth part of the rotation. Chris Medlin here, great season from him. Cole Minter playing decent. Same thing with the rest of our bullpen. They're all doing decent. Good season from Vizcaino. Had a couple struggles as of late, but that'll be alright. And Edwin Diaz has brought the ERA down a lot. See how many saves he has? 4 blown saves, and he has 26 saves. So good to see there from Diaz. Lineups here, Ender's still batting decent. Haniger sitting right about the same. Freeman, oh boy, Freddie Freeman is batting .345. Chris Davis, home runs, had 12 when we made the trade for him, up to 21, so he's starting to hit some home runs. Good to see there. Rio Ruiz, decently hitting, MLB. Jace Peterson batting over 300. Ozzie Albies 240, like to see that. Dansby 238, dropping off a little bit, but still right around where we want him to be. Kurt Suzuki struggling a little bit, but it'll be alright. Donis almost at 300. Good to see 258 bats too. And Johan Camargo at 240. So all of our youngsters hovering around 240. Like to see that. Go ahead and check out the AAA. Acuna 283. Good growth. Lane Adams struggling a little bit. Lane Adams might get called up sometime just because he has the age, old. Demerit, look at the growth Demerit has had in his hitting. Same with Dustin Peterson. Same with Austin Riley. We are getting good growth in our hitting in the minors. Catcher wasn't growing too well. Seymour, Mayatan, ooh, -4 but +8. Want to see that power develop too. Want him to be a power player. Could move him to a field spot. Franco, good platoon player against righties. Could see MLB sometime. It's pretty unlikely though. And then let's go check out our pitchers. Otani, he'll turn it around. Winkler, Albers. Albers having a decent season. If we do call up a 5th player or a 5th pitcher, likely be Albers to get a lefty in the rotation. Freed also having a decent season. See if any numbers stick out here. Ooh, Jason Mott doing good down there in AAA. And we'll check AA. Wilson, we did trade one of our pitchers down here, so no more of the 3 A's that we had, 4 A's we had, potentials that is. Yeah, they're all doing good. Who had that 0 ERA? 13 innings picks, 0 ERA from Matt Whistler. AJ Minter 2.17 ERA. Good to see you down. 2 injuries so far, not too season. Jinx though, knocking on wood. Alright, so now let's get back into simulations. Julio Teheran gets a win. Big win against a great team. Stroman. That's what I want to see right there. We'll auto-utilize Whistler, Cal Wright. This is what I like to see. Back-to-back wins. Oh, well, I guess Stroman didn't get the win, but he got a no decision in a win. So back-to-back wins against teams in baseball. See if we can sweep them. Fulton Evans will be out for a couple of days, and he's barely lasted. I think Edwin Diaz blew a save, but he'll be alright. Aaron Blair on the mound gets a loss. Luke Jackson, ooh, 3-1 win. Good outing there from Luke. Julio takes a loss, 0-2. We'll keep him active. We'll utilize Fulton Evans right back where he was. Stroman here. Stroman gets a loss. Fulton Evans gets a gets a win. Good to see that. Acuna, keep him active. Kyle Wright, we will also keep him active. So after assessing the injuries, the injuries are racking up, but they're all short term. Knock on wood again. Gleyber Torres was called up. So probably around the time that some prospects start getting called up to the MLB, we might be the next team to do that. But we will give it a little bit of time and see what happens. Aaron Blair gets to start. Ooh, he must have got hit hard. He gives up. See how many runs he actually gave up. He gives up 2. So Coleman gives up 3. And they had 5 or 4 unearned runs. That is terrible. Who? How many errors do we have? We had 1 error. How did they get so many runs? I don't understand how that happened, but I guess it is what it is. Luke Jackson gets a loss there. Over 100 innings, Luke Jackson. So are a bunch of Julio at 155, and he gets a win. Auto utilize Julio to Heron, 13 and 4 so far. We will get through this series and then take a break in the simulation. I'm not gonna play in Colorado. I'll probably play at home against Colorado down here. So we'll get the series. Stroman gets a loss. Fulton Evans gets a win there. Loss, and Luke Jackson gets a win. So we series with Colorado. So we are showing that we can win games. Good to see. And we will go ahead. Ooh, Ender turning on some afterburners, getting up to 289. Freddie, 335 still. Look at those numbers. How many home runs? 40 home runs. Already a career high in home runs from Freddie Freeman. Chris Davis, 22. Nobody struggling where I would want to call them down. Or send them down, rather. Stroman struggling a little bit, but he'll be alright. Luke Jackson. Do we want to do something crazy and call up somebody like Acuna? No, I think we'll just rather have our prospects grow maybe until September before anything. So we'll probably go with the team we have right now for a little bit longer. Can't make a trade for anybody too big unless they cleared the waivers. So we'll go through and check this out. Let's see if the trade block's still up. So there's nobody on the trade block. We'll go see who passed the waivers. Reese Hoskins did. Look at that power. But that'd be an inter-division trade. Highly unlikely. Oda Rizzi. Boba Fett, prospect there. Has Vladimir Guerrero Jr. been called up? He has not. Alright, so I do want to check one thing. And that is to see how the player we traded, Sean Newcomb, is doing for the Blue Jays. So since being traded, is he in the majors? He is in the majors. ERA has dropped a decent amount. He's at 8 and 9, and his ERA is down to 5. So I think it was around 7 when we traded him, and he was struggling a ton. Turning the season, so I like to see that from Newcomb. Still has a decent amount of walks, 5 for 9. And then also Mike Soroka, we did trade him too, but he is in Double-A. And then I'm gonna go check the players we traded to the Athletics. So we did trade. Where are they at? Marquez, 287, still having a decent year. We traded Jim Johnson. Sammy Blum says he has now. Only 5, so not too bad. When did they get Chris Carter? I don't know. But and then Matt Adams, we also traded 256, so he is struggling. How many home runs has he hit? home runs only, so that's not very good there. So yeah, go ahead and simulate. Do I want to play? I want to play against Felix Hernandez. We will play this game against King Felix. I'm going to simulate into there real quick. Julio gets a loss. Stroman gets a win. So Stroman 7-7 now. Fulton Evans here gets a loss. And Aaron Blair gets a win. So Luke Jackson against, actually, Felix Hernandez is pitching. We're going to call up a pitcher. And it's going to be Max Fried. He is having the best year in AAA, 2.34 ERA. Andrew Roberts was a close second to get called up. He is 30, probably has more experience, as you can see. Played in the majors before. But we will call it Max Fried, 23-year-old from California. He will get his first start for the Braves. And we will go down here, send him to the MLB. And that means we need to send somebody down, which is, we'll put him, fill that place up right there. We will go ahead and send down, we will send down, don't want to send down Rex Brothers, just called him up. Ian Kroll, don't want to send him down either. Cole Mentor. I'm in a tough situation here. Don't want to send down Luke Jackson. He's had a pretty good year. Actually, we might. How many options? He has all three options remaining. Rex Brothers has one use. Cole Mentor has one use. Kroll. So it's between Kroll, and Kroll's one of our only lefties. Yeah, so we're gonna actually send down Luke Jackson. So could have been having having a better season. So he will get the call down. Max Fried will make his first start in his career against Felix Hernandez and the Seattle Mariners. In the next episode, I hope y'all enjoyed this one. Leave some comments, like, subscribe.